OK。それでは、シャーロック・ホームズというゲームをやっていきましょうか。罪と罰だっけな、これ。タイトルは、確か。だいぶ前のゲームだと思うけど、14年とか16年とか、確かそういうぐらいのゲームだったと思います。では行きましょうか。ウクライナの天国の100を記念して。いや、いいね、シャーロック・ホームズ。海外ドラマみたいな。ベネディクトだっけな。はい、やってるやつ。シャーロック・ホームズ。ニューロンかな、脳ね。ブラックピーターの運命。ワトソンか、これは。そうだな。あ、動かせる。よし、隠れる。リロードしたな。引かれてんな、マジで。マジでやべえやつだな。
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
芯に満ちた包丁。手錠の音。警官か。警察官。球団目を避ける。エストレイド警部。
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
さあ、始まりましたね。確か、めっちゃ感度早い。名探偵といえば、シャーロック・ホームズですかね。ポアロとシャーロックと、日本だったら金田一かな。ここら辺になってくるのかな。この、なんか、あれいいですよね。こう思考が、頭の周りに出てくるやつ。あれめっちゃいい。いや、まあ、基本的にシャーロックはね、めちゃくちゃ頭脳は最高だけど、とんでもない IQ の持ち主だけど、まあ人間的な部分に欠けてるっていうような書かれ方を、まあ、してるイメージだけどね。 こいつ普段何をやってんだ。しかもノーコメントっていう。
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
誰やったかな、シャーロック・ホームズ作った作者の人の名前。なんだっけな。ちょっと思い出せないな。
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
一応ね、ポアロのアガサ・クリスティーンの ABC 事件はね、小説読んだことあるんですけど、
A map of London and the surrounding
シャーロ
area.
ック・ホームズじゃない
It could
な。
be useful.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
ハドソン夫人。大家さん、オーナーてか、まあ、この家を貸してる人だったかな、ハドソンさん。
This is where I keep my post. My archive. I can always consult
自分が
with
ね、
it
見た
if needed.
海外ドラマのシャーロック・ホームズ、多分ベネディクトがやってたと思うんだけど、合ってるかな、名前。まあ、そこら辺にポンって出てると思うんですけど、出てはないか、これ生放送だから出てると思わないんですけど、あれもね、めっちゃ良かったんだよね。シャーロック・ホームズは、まあ、頭脳明晰の変人だったけど、これがね、またいいですよね。7のルックスを。あれ変わってる。あれこれでいけってこと？なんかそういう、ブランギだからまあ、いいか。これでもこれでいいか。確かなんか作者って、あれだったよな。ホームズ書きたくなさすぎて、わざとホームズが死んだっていう、ホームズを殺して小説を終わりにしたことあったんだよ。でもなんか批判がすごすぎて、結局戻したんだっけな。これが出てるね。ピーター・ケアリー。ブラック・ピーターとして知られていた。1845年生まれたというところで、彼は50歳、男が50歳と言っているスカンジナビアでの捕鯨業で大成功を収めた。木こりのリー、引っ越してきた。まあ、これから行きましょうって。これはあれだなと。どれくらいこっちが謎解きするのかな。それによっては詰まる可能性はあるけどね。これ見れるのか、ロード中に。プラキラはいいね。大品、トロピック、環境、人物度。誰もいないな。これは今なんか容疑者系が出てくるのかな。
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
一応課題があるのか。T で見れるじゃん。これ R だ。他人が目をする最後の目を配りを集中をしてみましょう。意識集中してみましょう。
These footprints appear to be quite large.
なんかこういうのちょっとホームズっぽいな。こう、今あっちに行かないといけないけど、もう気になったところをガンガン見ていくみたいな。岩、調べる。
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
確かに。キャベ
It
ツか。
seems that the garden was
全部ここにあれか。記録されていくのか。キャベツとこれなんだろう、ほうれん草違うか。じゃがいもとか植えてんのかな。花もあるね。
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
あれホームズってそんなこと言えるのか。なんかもっと、でも、まあ、心にも思ってなそうだけどな。言うっちゃ言うか。これは何変わったこと、死体を見つけたとき、庭師がいるのか。ここからなのかな。見つけたときかな。
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
なるほどね。庭師はいるのかい？
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
まあだいぶなんかあれだね。自分のこのテリトリーを侵されるのを嫌う人っぽいね。全部聞けるかこれ。
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
訪問者は？
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
なるほど。ああ、すっげえ。そういうターンもあるのか。あ、これはカメラ。ああ、ここに、あれ、うっすら見えてんな。顔は別にか。カメラがあって、十字架。これはなんだ？カトリックのロザリオ。手袋。でも奥さんも一応やってたってことなのかな？庭の手入れ奥さんもしてたってことは、この花、奥さんがやってたのかな？全てが楽になる。
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
うん。覆すことができる証拠を選ぶ。プリズマはどうやってたのか。プリマス。あーはー。なるほど。正体不明の足跡に適当に定義は、被害者の経歴、巡礼。ちょっと待ってよ。戻ってきたときに、会った男とは違う人？巡礼かな？足が働いてる。巡礼っぽいな。違うかな。
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
本当に驚きだよ。すげえな。
Thank you, madam.
どういう脳みそしてんだろうな。こういう人たちって。
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
すっげえな。全部こう、つなげるのがうまいんだろうな。ちゃんとこう、パーツを並べて、比べて。いいか。とりあえず行き詰まったら探すみたいな感じでいいか
It。seems that the garden...
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
あ、なるほどね。現場保存してくれたんだ。だってじゃあ見ましょう
The
か。
door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
大丈夫か？ラグに聞こえるけど。
Good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
大丈夫これ。あーはー。扉の錠が聞けてる。
These scratches are fresh.
そういうこじ開け方なんだ。
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well,
足跡の人か。
he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
バールのようなものでこじ開けようとしたわけじゃなくて、ロックを解除しようとしたわけだ。
What a terrible way to die.
なるほどね。これはなかなかですな。怪しげな空間。氷の中の輪郭。なんか物があったって
This
ことか。
place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here.
そうだね
It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
捕鯨魚って言ったもんね。
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
酒となんだ。
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
普通変わん
Peter
なかっ
Carey's boots. They look to be a
た。ああ、
size
さっきのやつ
8.
と合うのかな。合わないか。
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. Someone drank from this glass recently.
誰か来たね、訪問者。
Someone The
PG。
initials PC have been
C か。
crudely burned. A sailor's work.
開かないよ。
The
ああ、タバコか。
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
巻きタバコか。ちょっと待って。ああ、回転させる。
Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
ラム酒的な。
Rum.
あ
Sailors'
来た。
It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
ラム酒。腐りづらいんだっけ、ラム酒は。
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
まあ、グラスでなん
This
か一緒
man
に
is
酒
in
飲ん
his
でたっぽい
50s,
な。
yet he still looks quite strong.
これは手帳。
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
ちょっともう一回読みます。ああ。そうしちゃった。
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
ASM。あ、もっともうちょっと見たかったんだけど。抵抗したのかな。
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body.
ああ、そうなんだ。 あ、なん
This
かあるよ。
wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
あ、なんか細胞が活性化してる。一連の関連した手がかりを見出し、そこから推論を立っていく赤色はその組み合わせが不可能であることを意味している。なるほど。庭師はいない。庭師はいない。ジュディ・ケアリー、ジュディス・ケアリーは、彼女の夫が自分で庭を手入れしたと話していた。それはありそうにない話だ。何かしてるのかもしれない。どういうこと？なんでありそうにないんだ。ね。うん。シールを試した。庭師はいない。手帳。あ、手帳とくっついた。分析把握する。なるほど。
Ha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door.
何か
to
取りに
gain
来たってことだよ
entry.
ね。これはもう見るものはない。なさそうだ。一応ちゃんと見るものがあるときは出てくれるんだね。T とか。これはありがてえな。もう全部見たか？見たっぽいな。あ、R 士官になるの。なもんかな。今夜見張りするぜ。待ち伏せか。
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
なんか、あれだな。
Mr. Holmes?
割と
This window is locked from the inside.
礼儀正しいというか、なんか、イメージ的なもっと、ね、他人を気にしないような人だったような気
Mr.
がするけど。
Holmes?
あ、ここか。
This looks like the perfect
Ah,
hiding
なるほどね。
place.
いいね。あ、続ける。
Shh. Did you hear that?
お、来たよ。
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
あ、もう早速行くの。
Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net.
おお、
Mr.
一応準備し
Holmes?
てる。全然声と見た目が合ってない。
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't.
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't.
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very
この人
grateful,
犯人じゃないだろ。
Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
絶対犯人じゃない。なんか荒れてんな。
Mr. Holmes?
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
信用とかはやっぱりあるのかな、ホームズって。
Mr. Holmes?
みんなマジでホームズしか言わないな。これはガンか。
These are the suspect's belongings. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. A handkerchief with the initials J.H.
JHN ってあれじゃん。結婚してんのか。あ、ここに入ってんじゃない ?JH。
1883. From R.
R.
Dawson
ドーソンから。
to my friend
我が友であり。
I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
お、こいつ持ってっ
The
た。
notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
名前の頭文字とかじゃないか。